It's your girl, the Scorpion Oracle Priestess, and I am doing a general reading for all of my Sagittarius out there. Sagittarius, what do we have going on? We've got the Three of Wands, we've got the Lovers, and we've got the Moon, okay? Productivity, success, finances, okay? Whatever you set your mind to, I'm seeing that you're able to achieve this goal around this time, okay? Whether it's you working on a strategic plan trying to increase your finances, or whether or not you're just trying to see, okay, how can I increase the money flow into my home? What can I do? How can I help out? How can I make things better? You may be thinking about trying to pick up a second job, okay, so that you can continue to keep finances flowing steadily throughout the home. But I am seeing that whatever you set your mind to is productive. You're able to fulfill it and it comes to pass. Okay. So don't worry if it's the finances that you're worrying about. Don't worry about that, as I do see that as long as you remain steady and focus on the job and remain productive, as you're showing productivity right now, I don't feel like you're going to have an issue with your finances. Okay. So don't worry so much about your finances. That will come to pass. Okay. The Lovers. Okay. I feel like some of you may not necessarily be content. I don't feel like you're content with your current partner or your current situation, or it could just be that you are wanting to focus more on self love. You want to focus more on getting back in tune with yourself. Okay. I feel like some of you may be so wrapped up or involved with families or the family that you and your lover or partner have created that you have taken away time for yourself to focus on you, getting back to you, doing things that make you happy. You've been so focused on trying to please other people that you're realizing now that you have some areas or spots in your life that have been unfulfilled. Okay. And so how do we get back to that happy place? Okay. So what does that mean for you, Sagittarius? That means that you need to sit down, make a list, write out all the things that you want to do, write out all the things that you want to accomplish, write out all the things that you haven't accomplished yet, and try to put a plan in place for yourself as to how you can go about achieving those goals or those dreams, and even possibly share them with your partner, just so that they can be on board, so that they can offer you support. Because I feel like maybe this unfulfillment that I'm picking up here, you feel like you're not being fully supported by your partner. Okay. And this could also cause you to want to lust or start wandering to someone else, okay, who you think may can give you those things, as the Moon card here does represent illusion. Sometimes things are not what they appear, what they seem to be, given into certain desires and things like that. So you want to be careful that you are not looking at something thinking it's one way when it's really another, okay? So take time with yourself, figure out what it is that is making you unhappy. Okay. Is it because you don't have that extra 45 minutes in the morning to yourself? Is it because when you come home, your partner hasn't washed the dishes or they haven't put the food on? Okay. Spend some time trying to reconnect back with your partner. Okay. And letting them know that, hey, I'm starting to feel unhappy here. I have desires or needs that I don't feel like are being fully met. Let's talk about how we can meet my needs, and ask them, am I meeting your needs? Because I see two here. So this is a two-way street. It could be that you're no longer meeting their needs either. And it's something that you guys need to talk about and needing to address, so that this doesn't become a bigger, more chaotic issue or situation in the future. Okay. And again, also, don't think that because you see a happy situation somewhere else or with someone else or another couple, that that is the ideal lifestyle that you two should have, as every relationship is different. Okay. Things can always look good from the outside in. Okay, so just be sure that you're not placing too many unrealistic demands on your partner that you know that they can't meet. I feel like this person does want to try to meet you in the middle or meet you where you're at. I just feel like they too are wrapped up into themselves so much. They have their own thing going on that they're not realizing that you're being unfulfilled in another area. They're not realizing, that you've taken so much time and given so much to the family, that you've just been busy going, but that you really have not had time to yourself. They actually see what you're doing is quite normal. Okay. And Sagittarius, I'm here to tell you that it's not. You do need to take some time for yourself. You do need to sit down and figure out how you can make yourself whole again, because I'm picking up a lot of you don't feel whole again. I feel like you may dive into work. I feel like a lot of you may just kind of drown yourself into work. Okay. Work replaces that void that you've been feeling at home. Okay. I feel like some of you may be even looking or eyeing at somebody at work. You may be looking at a work husband or a work wife. Okay. As I like to call them. I feel like some of you guys may have started to taking a liking to someone that you work with. Okay. Be careful with that. Again, things are not always what they seem to be. Okay. This person could be coming off very sweet, very charming, They could have, sexual characters or traits, that you may like or think you may like, and then they turn out not to be the person that you need or want them to be. Again, address your concerns of unfulfillment with your lover, okay? Talk to them and let them know what's going on. And again, I feel like a lot of you may need to start focusing on a little more self-love as you've gotten away from that. Your focus has been on the family. Your focus has been on work. You've been devoted to work, and it's paying off. As I do see money increasing, I do see that whatever you're doing at work is working. Promotions are coming. I do see that you're not lagging when it comes to work, but when it comes down to your mental health, your spiritual health, I feel like you may be lacking in that area just because you've been so go mode. Okay, like a lot of us are on go mode. We don't take time to actually sit down and hear our own thoughts. We're just trained to just go go go, do, that we forget that we're human, and that if we just keep going and we don't stop, we're going to crash. Okay, and so you don't want that to happen. So sit down and talk with your partner, and have a long talk with yourself, just to try to figure out what areas do you need to work on, what areas need to be addressed within you. Okay, because if you don't, I worry that this may spill over into the relationship. Okay, it could cause problems between you and your partner. It may even cause them to think or feel like you may be cheating or stepping out on them. Okay, because they feel like that there's a divide coming between you guys. Okay, they're starting to feel like you use work as an excuse to get away, that you may be actually stepping out on them, when that may indeed not even be the case. It's just that you need some time to yourself. Okay, but your partner, they're not used to you taking time for yourself. Your person is not used to you saying, I need to be alone. Okay, you're always so into the family. You're always that person that is making sure everybody else is good. And when you do have that alone time, Sagittarius, you feel guilty. Why? Why do you feel guilty about having alone time? Why do you feel guilty about taking care of you? You're important, just like the kids are important, just like your spouse is important. Okay, you feel guilty about taking time for yourself. When you leave the kids at home with your partner, your significant other, your spouse, however you address them, you feel bad. When the kids ask to go and you tell them no, you feel bad. Okay, so they're not used to you taking time for yourself. So they feel like when you just drown yourself in work, they feel like something may be going on. They feel like there may be somebody at work that maybe has caught your eye. And I do feel like there is someone at work that's caught your eye. As I do feel like there may be some type of lust or temptation that may be starting to take place within some of you, because you don't feel fulfilled. There's a void, there's a spot or a place that's been unfulfilled. And your lover is not meeting those needs anymore. Okay, they're not taking care of the things that they used to for you anymore, whether that's spiritually, emotionally, sexually, mentally. They're not addressing those needs that you have anymore. Your needs have changed, Sagittarius, and you find fulfillment at work. Your fulfilled, happy place appears to be at work. You can get away. Um, you have time to yourself. You can think. That appears to be when you become the most creative, when you have all these plans and ideals or things that you want to do. They come up when you're at work. I feel like you may be a crafter, Sagittarius. I can see you now with that cricket. Making things, okay, and that's part of your self-care, your self-love, okay, but lately you haven't even had time to do that. Okay, I feel like your partner has also started, trying to become MIA at home, not being there as much, because they're mad with you because you devote so much time to work. It's almost like they're wanting to punish you for you not being as present with them as much as you should be. Even when you're not at work, your mind is on work. Okay, you bring work home. Sometimes you're working on stuff, whether it's for work or your arts and crafts. Your partner is seeing that something is pulling you away. They don't know if it's another person at work. They don't know if it's just work itself, but they are starting to feel as if though maybe we're not compatible. As I said, I see the two people here, as I mentioned earlier. You guys are starting to feel as if though maybe we're not compatible for one another. Okay, I feel like your person may also start to have feelings or doubts of not being or feeling fulfilled. Okay. Again, you want to address that. You want to work on that. Okay. As you know, I do feel like you both love each other. Okay. And you need to reconnect. You need to get back to a place where you two can reconnect. Okay. I first want you to focus on your mental health. I want you to focus on self-love. Again, you've just been going, going, going. You've been taking care of everybody else. You've been focused on everybody else, the kids, the work. your arts and crafts. You've been focused on everybody else, and your arts and crafts, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a part of your self-love. That's actually a part of your me time, how you get back to yourself, how you find yourself. Sagittarius, you get lost in your craft, okay? Let me say that. You get lost in your craft, okay? But what I'm saying is take some time out in in the open, okay? Get out into the world here a little bit, okay? Step away from your home, okay? Go outside, take a walk in nature, all right? Try to find yourself, okay? Just sit down in a peaceful spot in the area and just think, what is it that I need to do? What do I need to change? As I do feel that you're feeling some type of resentment. You may be feeling some type of resentment. You may be feeling like you haven't done everything you needed to do. You're feeling unfulfilled here. And I can't pick up what this unfulfillment is, but I do feel like it has something to do with your love life. It has something to do with your lover no longer meeting your needs. It has something to do with you feeling off balance. It has something to do with you not being able to have the time to take care of yourself properly. Okay. I feel like some of you were in an exercise routine where you were going to the gym at one point in time, and you've even stopped that. You're not going to the gym. So something has got you off track. Something has you unbalanced here, Sagittarius, and you've got to get back to finding out what that is, what's got you off track, so that way you can stop it, cut it off at the head before it becomes a full-blown problem. Okay. And then remember, things are not always what they seem. Okay. Listen to your intuition, follow your gut. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay. Certain things create illusions. You may be under the assumption that something is one way when it's really another. Okay. The grass always looks greener on the other side. This has been a general reading for Sagittarius. If you enjoyed the content, hit that like, subscribe, and share. And as always, be good to yourself and stay safe.